Let's go for it.
Okay, so there's seven questions. The first one is, what is one sales lesson you had to learn the hard way?
Ooh. Keep following up with your customers. Otherwise, once you lose that momentum, it's hard to restart it. So again, you'd be successful so much quicker if you just held on to all your leads and followed up consistently.
What is the biggest mistake beginners make when trying to break into logistics sales?
I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is they try to become somebody that they're not. And they try to pretend like to be this like executive and try to speak differently and try to act differently. But then the truth is, like, people just want to get to connect with you as an individual, as a person.
Yeah.
And that's usually the best way to resonate with somebody is when you're being your authentic self. So be yourself in a situation. But, being yourself also means do the research, learn the skill sets, learn what business you're in, and know how to answer some of the questions that you might face. But again, if you do it from an honest and ethical way, you'll build those relationships a little bit quicker than trying to be somebody else.
What separates an average salesperson from a great one?
A great person is willing to come up with more solutions. So we talked about the problems versus solutions. So an average salesperson is gonna, when they face objectives, are actually gonna believe that those are true objections that someone is giving you. The person that's a great salesperson is gonna figure out how to overcome those objections and again create that storyline which is gonna get them that sale. And just they're just a better connector. They understand people better. They're able to really sense that what they're saying, there's a gray area there, and they'll go into the positive direction to be able to connect with that person and create that sale. But they also know who to stay away from quicker, right? As an average salesperson, you're going after everybody. As a great salesperson, you're able to start seeing the difference between which stages people are at, what the real truth is. They're able to get the feedback from somebody and really interpret it really well to be able to again provide those solutions to them that are going to fit for that company.
What is one skill that can completely change someone's income potential?
Sales.
Yeah. What is the most underrated opportunity in the logistics sales industry right now?
The most underrated opportunity?
Yes.
I think, yeah, sales positions in general. I think people have a notion that sales is not a positive field to get into. But then again, if we realize that sales is just helping people find solutions, the mindset shift changes that entire perspective and understanding that sales can happen in multiple ways. That is just not the Wolf of Wall Street style of sales, which is, trying to sell somebody to somebody that they may not need. But sales is, it could be done through a picture, could be done through an email, could be done through, a conversation. But there's so many different ways to do sales nowadays that, again, thinking of it in a different perspective or a different light will open you up to those opportunities. And also saying like, okay, what part of that process can I help somebody with? So there's different ways to get into it without directly having to be the person that's communicating directly to the person at the end. But there's also a lot of marketing and different aspects of creativity that go into that sales process that you could be a part of if you want to potentially see what that opportunity leads to. And every business has a sales component. Even a charity has a sales component in order for it to survive. So we see that it's an essential part of every single business, and if a business doesn't have that component, it doesn't survive.
What is the one mindset shift every entrepreneur needs to survive the hard seasons?
Just know that there's a solution for everything. Just that positive mindset.
And the last question is, if someone watching feels stuck in life, what is the first step they should take to create a new opportunity?
Well, watch us at logisticssales.com and hopefully we'll teach you the right way of how to move forward.